We are very concerned about the lingering power that Kabila will have access to as a result of the overwhelming majority that his ruling coalition was able to win in the National Assembly and in the provincial assemblies, which is a result that we are not yet very confident is the real result. So at the moment, Tshisekedi goes into this presidency as a severely weakened president. He is an opposition leader. It's an important transfer of power from the ruling party to the opposition, but it is not an effective transfer of power when it comes to how the Congo will be ruled.
So, as to the opposition candidate, Martin Fayulu criticized the election, calling it electoral coup organized by Felix Tshisekedi and Kabila. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. We've seen that the largest observer group in the country, the Catholic Church, which had 40,000 observers throughout polling stations in the DRC, has published its own results, according to which Fayulu won with 59% of the vote. Now, there were other domestic observer missions whose counts are similar, and there were also, of course, the opposition parties themselves who had observers in the polling stations. Now, the Catholic Church is very credible. Its result is very credible, and I certainly do believe that the result that we're seeing today, in other words, Tshisekedi being inaugurated as president, is not really who people voted for.
So, well, for the people who did vote, who is Felix Tshisekedi and what challenges and difficulties lie ahead for him?
Well, Felix Tshisekedi would have had a difficult time changing the way the Congo is governed under any circumstances. You can't change a system that has been in place for 18 years overnight. And the challenges in the DRC, economic development, high levels of corruption, are huge. But he doesn't have the means really to assert his own vision and his own politics. The ruling coalition in the National Assembly will be the one that will be able to nominate the prime minister. They will play a key role in nominating the government. And the Congolese constitution requires the president to seek consensus with the government on all key decisions, including those of who runs the army and who runs key elements of the Congolese security sector, as well as the economy. So Felix Tshisekedi will have a very restricted margin for maneuver.
So, as to the EU Foreign Policy Chief Mogherini, urged Tshisekedi to build a shared agenda to respond to the political and economic hopes of the population. Do you think he can live up to that task, and do people have any trust in him yet?
Look, I think his supporters have a lot of trust in him, of course, and there are a lot of people also in the country who I think feel that this is an outcome that they can live with. It's a better outcome than having had the ruling party's candidate, Ramazani Shadari, forced upon them. But Tshisekedi will not really be able to exert his own vision. He won't be able to realize it. And at the same time, he'll have to take the blame for many of the things that will not be happening overnight in the DRC. So he, in many ways, has inherited a poison chalice. It will be very difficult for him to emerge from this as a real leader.